when it comes to saving for retirement, you're going to have a couple of different ways that you can do it, right? One is on a tax deferred basis, which means that you get the write-off this year, right? So your taxable income level is lower now because you get the write-off, and let's say you save into the pre-tax portion of that 401k or traditional IRA, and then you grow all those years tax deferred, and then you have that IRA in retirement, and then when you pull out that money from that IRA in retirement years, it's going to be taxable at ordinary income levels. Plus, a lot of times it's going to cause taxation on your Social Security income as well. So the government's going to take a bite out of your Social Security income, as a result of it as well. So that's one way to set it up. Another way is the Roth component, where a lot of 401ks nowadays, they have a Roth component, or you can also save into a Roth outside of work if you're below certain income thresholds. But if you do the Roth, well, you pay the taxes on that money that you're about to save this year, and then if you set it up properly, you don't have to pay taxes ever again on the growth, on the principal or the growth after the taxes are paid. So then in retirement years, you pull the money out to supplement your lifestyle in retirement, and it's tax-free, and then in your Social Security would also be tax-free as a result. So you kind of have, do you want to, be taxed on the seed, or do you want to be taxed on the harvest question, So I think being able to save the most amount of money that you guys can into qualified programs, especially Roth when it's suitable for you, is going to be a good thing, because the more non-qualified money you have, or taxable money, which is money that's not in a tax-deferred situation, or money that's not in a tax-free situation, in that non-qualified account or taxable account, or like jointly owned type of money if you're married, those types of accounts are in a situation where they're going to be under attack pretty soon in Congress. I know that it's on the chopping block right now, where they're talking about changing the lower capital gains rates that you pay on non-qualified dividends and non-qualified growth in those brokerage accounts. And they're talking about changing them to more of an ordinary income tax level, which means that you're going to have to pay higher amounts of taxes on that money in those non-qualified accounts now. So I encourage you to start saving as much as you can into qualified types of vehicles, like the traditional IRAs or the Roth IRAs, especially the Roths and the Roth 401ks, because those grow tax-free, right? And then to be able to take some of that non-qualified money and put it into qualified vehicles, or cash value life insurance, which also grows like a Roth IRA, can certainly be something that's going to help you, because the non-qualified money is going to be taxed at higher rates in the near future whenever Congress does pass it, because right now it's on the chopping block. And they're also talking about getting rid of the step up of the cost basis at death. So let's say you own, $1 million of Amazon stock today, and it's non-qualified, and it grew to 1,500,000, right? So 1 million to 1.5. So it's 50% growth. And then you passed away and you wanted to leave it to your kids. What would happen is, right now, today, they would not be responsible for the taxes that you made on the 1 million to the 1.5. They would just get the 1.5, because the cost basis steps up to 1.5 million, and they wouldn't be responsible for your taxes. Well, they're talking about changing that rule to get rid of the cost basis step up now, so that when the kids inherit that 1.5 million, well, they're going to pay taxes on the growth from 1 million to 1.5. So they're going to have to pay taxes on the $500,000 worth of growth. So that's problematic, especially when you're leaving, non-qualified brokerage money, or even your house. Like, your house is sometimes one of the biggest assets that you have. Well, that's also a capital gain type of situation when you're leaving it to non-spouses, the house. So let's say you bought the house for $200,000, and by the time you passed away, it's worth $500,000. That's a $300,000 capital gain situation where the government's going to go and take extra taxes from you. So there are ways to be able to ebb and flow and kind of be able to plan your estate so that your kids won't have to pay so much in taxes and this kind of a thing, and that you can try to get some of this money out of the estate, or there's trusts that you can do. There's a lot of pros and cons to different things that you can do, but to not address it is the biggest problem that you can do, is to just understand that, okay, well, rules are changing, tax laws are changing, I can't keep up with them, I need somebody that can That's where a Better Way Financial comes in. That's where a retirement planner focused in this sector of finance, retirement only, that's where someone like us can kind of come and help you to make sure that you're positioning the portfolio and rearranging the furniture in a way to be able to mitigate your tax obligations for you and the generations to come.